headline, NASA scientists confirm the Earth has a second moon.
Our mission is to discover as many near-Earth objects as possible.
Mission is over. How do we ensure the presence of humans in space?
Earth has a second companion, almost no one knows about. A silent object that may be an ancient piece of our own moon, looping beside us since before humanity existed. We all grow up learning the same simple fact. Earth has one moon, just one. But scientists have now confirmed that our planet does not travel through space alone with a single companion. There is something else out there, a silent, ancient object that has been quietly shadowing Earth, looping along beside us in a way that makes it appear to orbit our planet, and it has almost certainly been doing so for far longer than human beings have walked the Earth. It's not a spaceship, it's not aliens, but what it actually is may be even stranger. A fragment of our own moon, blasted into space by an ancient impact, now traveling as Earth's quiet, secret second companion. And right now, this very week, a spacecraft has reached it, preparing to grab a piece of it and finally reveal the truth about what has been circling us this whole time. Share this with everyone you know, because most people have absolutely no idea that Earth is accompanied by these hidden objects. We picture our planet with its single moon and nothing else. The reality is far more crowded, far more mysterious, and far more ancient. There is an entire hidden family of companions moving with Earth through space, and one of them may literally be a lost chunk of the moon that has been keeping us company since before our species existed. Before we break down exactly what's out there, why it's been there longer than us, and what scientists are about to discover, make sure you subscribe to Vault of Discovery. We're giving you the real science that rewrites the textbooks. First, you have to understand what these objects actually are, because they're not moons in the way you think. They're called quasi-moons, or quasi-satellites. A quasi-moon is a small asteroid that orbits the sun, just like Earth does. But its orbit is locked into a kind of rhythm with our planet that keeps it close by. As NASA describes it, these objects don't truly circle Earth the way a satellite does. Instead, they fall into a lockstep with us, sometimes drifting ahead of Earth and sometimes trailing behind as both go around the sun. And from our point of view, this makes it look like they're looping around Earth, tracing a series of spiraling loops beside us year after year, like a shadow that never quite catches up and never falls away. Think about the most famous one. In 2016, the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii discovered a small asteroid and gave it the Hawaiian name Kamo'olawa, a word that alludes to an oscillating celestial fragment, a perfect description for something that appears to wobble and loop alongside our world. It's small, somewhere between 40 and 100 meters across, roughly the size of the Statue of Liberty, and it spins astonishingly fast, completing a full rotation every 28 minutes. But its size isn't what makes it extraordinary. It's how long it has stayed with us. But here's the first shocking twist. Most objects that fall into this quasi-satellite dance with Earth don't last. Paul Chodas, the manager of NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, noted that objects in such states rarely remain for more than a few decades before drifting away. Kamo'olawa is the great exception. It is Earth's most stable and longest-lasting quasi-satellite ever found, locked in a companionship with our planet that spans centuries, and models suggest it will keep looping beside us for centuries more. This isn't a brief visitor passing through. This is a long-term resident of Earth's neighborhood, and it has been out there, unseen, the entire time humans have been building civilizations, completely unknown to us until a single telescope caught it just a few years ago. And then it got stranger, because scientists began to ask where it came from, and the answer stunned them. In 2021, a University of Arizona-led team used large telescopes on Mauna Kea to capture the sunlight reflecting off Kamo'olawa, reading its chemical fingerprint. The results were startling. Its surface composition closely matches the samples the Apollo missions brought back from the moon, particularly the silicate minerals found in the lunar highlands. In other words, this quasi-moon doesn't look like an ordinary asteroid, it looks like the moon. Researchers concluded that Kamo'olawa is almost certainly a fragment ejected from the moon by a meteoroid impact, a chunk of our own moon, knocked into space by a violent collision that then fell into orbit alongside Earth. Some models suggest it was blasted off the far side of the moon within the last 10 million years, possibly creating the crater known as Giordano Bruno. 10 million years, compared to our species' few hundred thousand. This piece of the moon has been shadowing Earth since long, long before the first human ever looked up at the sky. Then came the second devastating revelation. Kamo-O'Alewa is not alone. It turns out Earth has a whole hidden entourage. There are other quasi-moons, including one called 2023 FW13, which is even smaller and in some ways an even more stable companion than Kamo-O'Alewa. And beyond the quasi-moons, Earth's gravity occasionally reaches out and briefly captures small asteroids into genuine temporary orbits, objects scientists call mini-moons. As NASA notes, Earth temporarily captures small mini-moons every few years, tiny space rocks that circle us for a while before slipping back out into their own paths around the sun. So the truth is that our planet is almost never truly alone. At any given time, there may be a small companion or two out there, unseen, quietly traveling with us, a rotating cast of hidden moons that we're only now, with modern telescopes, becoming powerful enough to detect. But the third twist changes everything, because this is no longer just a story about observation. It's happening right now. In May 2025, China launched a spacecraft called Tianwen-2 with a single, breathtaking goal: to fly to Kamo-O'Alewa, collect a physical sample of it, and bring that sample back to Earth. And as of this very moment in the summer of 2026, that spacecraft has arrived at Kamo-O'Alewa and is closing in, preparing to touch this ancient object, potentially the smallest asteroid ever visited by a spacecraft. If it succeeds, it will return the first ever samples from a quasi-moon to Earth around 2027, and finally settle the debate once and for all. Is this silent companion truly a piece of our moon? As one description put it, only then will we know whether Earth has been quietly shadowed all this time by a piece of its own satellite. Now, a word of honesty. This is where the wild theories take over. Whispers of alien probes, secret satellites, or a NASA cover-up. And it's worth being clear, there's no alien craft out there, and nothing is being hidden. NASA and its Jet Propulsion Laboratory openly track and map these objects and publish their orbits for anyone to see. But here's the thing, you don't need aliens to feel the wonder. The real, verified truth is more astonishing than any conspiracy. A natural fragment of our own moon has been silently looping beside us for millions of years, and we only just discovered it. One thing is absolutely certain. What's really orbiting Earth is far stranger and more wondrous than most people ever realized. Beyond our familiar moon, our planet is shadowed by quasi-moons like Kamo-O'Alewa, its most stable companion, an object that may be an ancient chunk of the moon itself, traveling with us since before humanity existed. And right now, a spacecraft is preparing to bring a piece of it home. We were never alone out here. We just weren't looking closely enough to see our quiet companions. And this is only the beginning. As telescopes grow sharper and missions like Tianwen-2 reach out to touch these hidden objects, scientists believe many more quasi-moons and mini-moons are still waiting to be found, silently circling our world. When that sample finally returns and the next companion is discovered, the story of what truly travels alongside Earth and how long it's been there may have to be rewritten all over again. Stay tuned.